Hey there YouTubers, this is JB Coins with another video for you. We've got a $25 box of pennies. In previous videos we've talked about you can do everything from a couple of dollars to the small box would be the $25 pennies like we have here. We are going to open it up on camera. We'll open up at least the first roll on camera, and then what we normally do is I'll go through the rest of the box, otherwise we'd have an extremely long video. And you can see it's the clear plastic rolls, which is from the bank that we've been getting good success with the dimes. And in our last video where we had half dollars, we had great success with that. Decided we'd try some pennies from them. Don't think we've done them from them before. Obviously the shinier ones are probably newer pennies, and if we're lucky we'll find some wheats and maybe an Indian head, maybe a foreign coin. Never really know with these. So these, we just kind of dump them out, kind of gently spread them out and see if there's anything obvious that stands out. You can see we've got a lot of shield pennies, which would be the newer ones. Sure enough, that's a 2014 P right there. And then we've got an old memorial here. And we need the cheater. 1980. So it's in rough shape. So what we do is toss it off to the side. Anything 82 or older like that is 95% copper. So for the copper hoarders, that would be worth keeping, because it's the melt value of that is between 2.5 and 3 cents a piece. So you can keep them for that, which we do. This coin is a 2001 in really crummy shape. Let's take a look at the 2014 that I looked at earlier. Apologize for the magnifying glass, but my eyes are not what they used to be. 97 in rough shape. And what I'm forgetting to do, because I'm in a hurry here, and I should slow down, is look at the backs, because particularly with the memorials, there are a lot of errors where you'll have double strikes. So I always like to try to look at the backs, look at the fronts. 2098, there's a shield. 2010 in rough shape. There's a 1990, not so great. But you know, flip them over. It just takes an extra second. Make sure the memorial's not double stamped or crooked. Those are both from the 90s. It's another 1980. 89. Oops. Can't even make the date up. It looks like it's 2000. Yeah, 2009 maybe. 2011 shield. Here's an example. Here's a 2011, same as that, and it's already in really nasty shape. 2014, that's already boogered up. 2013, that's already boogered up. So another 2013. Trying to find one. Here's a 2014 that's in rough shape. Trying to find one just because it's new, or just because it's shiny, doesn't mean it's gonna be worth keeping. There's a 14, but it's got a lot of little fine scratches on it and a lot of haze to it. I can probably zoom in and show you that. I don't know if it'll make the detail. Yeah, you can just make out the haze. It's kind of hard to see, but it's there. To the left of his face, to the right of his face. Those are all fine scratches. If you were going to buy those coins, for example, you wouldn't want to, because you'd be buying a marred up coin. I actually found a 2014 in my change today that was in better shape than that, and the clerk just handed it to me in my change. So, like we always say, check your change. I'll give you an example of that when we get done with this box. Going through all these, I'm passing up the backs. The other thing you want to look for, besides obvious errors like the memorial being cockeyed or having more than one strike is whether the coins are off center, whether there's any obvious errors. These coins are, like I said, they're from a different bank, and they're different from what I'm used to seeing. It may sound strange, but you do get used to seeing them a certain way. The paper rolls from the other armored car company coins see different circulation than the coins from this armored car company for, you know, obvious reasons. They're both supplying banks, but the money keeps circulating kind of within those two armored car companies. So let's see. Looks like an 87 and 96, nothing special there. Here's a 82. 2005. Now, if you've watched our videos, you know that there are people out there. There's the gentleman, the old gentleman that I did a video on the spinning horse quarter. There's a 74 that will take the time and run these through under a microscope and magnification on every single coin. 2013, looking for any defect, because any defect is an error, or it's a variety of an error. In any event, it increases the value of the coin obviously significantly, because it may take an otherwise uncollectible or common coin and turn it into a very uncommon coin that's worth money. So, you know, occasionally you'll run into people that are not into coins, they're not into coin roll hunting, they're not into coin collecting, and they'll say, you know, what do you care, why do you keep looking at your pennies or your dimes? And when you find that one that's worth $100, that's why. And there are obviously coins in these boxes that are worth a lot more than that. But in this roll, we're not finding them. Yep, nothing special there. Got a pile of blanks, and we got about 7 copper pennies. So we're already 7 minutes plus into this video. I'm gonna go ahead and go through the box, and if I see anything important, I'll stop, take a picture of it, and let you know. Okay, YouTubers, we're back to show you something pretty unusual. First thing I noticed when I dumped out this roll of coins was this coin here has nothing on it. In fact, it actually has a pattern to it that almost looks like cloth, and a little copper showing around the edge. I flipped it over. Grand opening team Ruby Tuesday. So if you're collecting those, that's a great find. Otherwise, I'm not really sure what to do with that. But I told you I'd find interesting stuff. I'd show it to you. Hey YouTubers, JB Coins. We're back for the wrap up on the penny box. A couple interesting things that come to my attention on here. We tried the different bank, which uses Brinks. The bank that we usually get our pennies from does not use Brinks. They use a different car company. I noticed that the percentage of overall non-copper to pre-82 copper, it's kind of obvious to me that there's a little less copper overall pre-82 than the newer coins. So this all goes back to the bank, obviously. Now I could cull through that and try and find some error coins or something unique, but I didn't really notice anything obvious in that pile. So if you're strictly separating it out for the copper, this one box anyway, looks like it's a slightly lower percentage of copper. Now that could be the company, it could be the fact that people are starting to cull enough copper out that that number is going to continue to decline like that, like it has with silver dollars, for example, or excuse me, silver half dollars. But you never know. The other thing that was unique was you can see here I've got 3 Canadians pre-79. Those were in the 90s percentage of copper, so they go in that pile. There's that odd Ruby Tuesday token, which goes back to the bank. And I have 12 coins here, 10 of which are wheats. And I left these wheat side up. I've got some pretty cool ones here. I've got a 1920. I've got a 1930. I've got two 1941s, this one and this one. And then I have a 1964, which, if I can get it to zoom in just a little bit here, get a chance to focus, you can see it's kind of got a rainbow condition to it. Well, I took my hand away from the shade there. There we go. Now you can see the rainbow. And then we come to the right. The next coin is a 1981. It's in really nice shape, nice and shiny. And then we're back to the wheats, but take a look at the die crack on this one. This is a 56D. Look at the size of that die crack. So that, even though the overall condition of the coin is so-so, I mean, on the camera you see that it's dirty, it's got stains, but the lettering's in pretty crisp shape. But that die crack is massive. So that's going to go in the error collection. The wheats are going to go in the wheat collection, and chances are a couple of these coins you might wind up seeing on the eBay site. Zoom back out here so you can see better. So overall, I'm pretty pleased. We got 10 wheats, we've got a pile of copper, and we've got money going back to the bank. So lots of things here. Error coin, some old coins, some wheats, a little bit of everything. So for another video in the tubes, we'd like to thank you again for liking us and sharing us, and clicking that like button. Obviously, you're jacking our numbers up. Subscriber numbers are going up. We really appreciate it. Till next time, JB Coins signing off.